Let's have a look at what else is happening in the world of business. And a new business lobby group has been formed in the UK, boasting some of the UK's largest companies as its founding partners. Well, the Business Council has been launched by the British Chambers of Commerce in a bid to design and drive the future of the British economy. Heathrow, BP and IHG Hotels are among its new members. Well, this comes as the troubled CBI faces a crunch vote. Results are out on Tuesday about a series of reforms after it faced serious sexual allegations. So let's speak now to Chris Roebuck, who is a leadership expert. And Chris, Ray Newton-Smith there saying she is determined to see this change through. But with falling confidence in that organisation, it's hard to see how it has a future, isn't it?
She has a challenge on her hands, and for listeners, you need to understand the dynamic between the CBI and the BCC. Historically, CBI, Confederation of British Industry, big industrials represented to the government national level. British Chambers of Commerce, local area groups of all organisations, basically any business, and I've spoken to some of them, and it's entrepreneurs to large corporates. And representation, they both do representation, they both do business development. But if someone is going to represent you, they must share your values. Leadership must have the same values. Lead by example, have integrity, respect your people, have a duty of care, both legal and moral, to your employees. The problem is the CBI failed in that.
And that is the question, isn't it? Because a lot of businesses voted with their feet. They said, this organisation does not represent my values and I'm going elsewhere. I guess the question is where they are going, but also a big question over whether this was just a case of a few bad apples in that organisation or it was a systemic problem.
That is the critical question, Ben. And depending how people feel that what the CBI proposes today answers that question will determine whether they stay in the CBI, they go back to the CBI, and essentially the future of the CBI. If what is proposed today makes some element of sense, then maybe they'll give the CBI a little bit of breathing space. But fundamentally, this goes to the heart of, do they believe in the leadership of the CBI, the quality of those leaders? That also applies to the CBI's employees as well as their members. And that's the same for any organisation. Two fundamental questions for the CBI. Do people believe that they know what they're doing? And two, do they trust them? Same for any organisation anywhere in the world.
Yeah, and briefly for us, Chris, fundamentally, this could not come at a worse time when business needs a voice and needs representation with an economy that is pretty fragile right now.
You're absolutely right, Ben. When you say the economy is fragile, it's fragile both for the large organisation and, as we've seen on our own high streets, it's really fragile for the small local business. So business of all sizes needs good representation to help it get through these uncertain times.
Chris, always good to talk to you. Thank you for being with us, Chris Roebuck.